Video includes answers. Speaking part 1, 2 and 3. May I know your full name, please? My full name is Kawaljit. How may I call you? You may address me by my first name Kawal. Or you can say, just Kawal is fine. Or you can call me Kawal. Let's talk about break. Do you prefer a long break or several short breaks? Several short breaks work better for me rather than one long break because I find it difficult to concentrate for more than 30 minutes. Therefore, I try to take a break after every 30 minutes. Or you can say, one long break works better for me rather than several short breaks. I like to get up from my place only after finishing my task. Therefore, it is a piece of cake for me to concentrate for 3 or 4 hours continuously. Or, it totally depends on the task. If I do a task that is of my interest, I prefer to finish it in 1 or 2 sittings. Whereas, those tasks that are not of my interest take a lot of effort to concentrate on. At that time, I prefer short breaks. What do you normally do during a break? It depends on my mood. Sometimes I take a cat nap, but mostly I browse different social networking sites. Why do you need to take a break? Breaks help us rejuvenate our energy not only mentally but also physically. Thus, breaks are important to increase productivity. You can also add one more sentence. That's why I prefer to take a break. How often do you take a break? I mostly take a break every 30 minutes. That is sufficient for me. However, if I do something of my interest, I try to skip breaks and concentrate on it fully. You can also say, as I mentioned earlier, then you can connect. Let's talk about bus or taxi. How often do you take a bus? I don't have any private vehicles. Therefore, I travel by bus on a daily basis in order to reach my destination. Or you can say, I mostly travel by a private vehicle. Therefore, I take the bus once in a blue moon only. When was the first time you took a taxi? When I visited my maternal uncle's house in Delhi, no one could come to pick me up owing to heavy traffic congestion. That time I had to take a taxi. Advantages of taking a taxi compared to buses. Unlike buses, we don't need to share a taxi with anyone. Moreover, the taxi drops us at our destination and works faster than the bus. Is it convenient to take a bus or taxi in your city? Yes, the majority of individuals prefer to choose the bus due to its convenience. In contrast, taxis are not easily available in my locality. Moving on to part 2, that is cue card. The topic is describe an area or subject of science that you are interested in and would like to learn more about. simple answer is even though I was not interested in science subjects when I was in school, now I have developed my interest in one of its subjects. Owing to the development of technology in every sphere of life, I have started taking an interest in the IT field. It doesn't mean I want to work in this field. It just intrigues me to know how technology has reduced human efforts. In the bygone era, it was not even possible to cover a few miles easily. Whereas now, people can even visit other countries within a minimal time. Apart from this, people could not even think of doing multitasking without getting tired. However, now most of the work is done within a few hours. Contacting people regardless of location, getting any kind of knowledge just by sitting at home, and many more have amazed me. In addition to this, there are many applications where we can face swap with other people. These things really entertain me. These things were not taught to us in school. Instead, I learned them from my friends. Moreover, I have also benefited from it because I prefer studying through the internet. The content in the easiest language helped me a lot in clearing my exams with flying colors. Hope science continues to amaze us with new inventions. Let's continue with speaking part 3. Why do some people find science difficult to study? That's a good question. I think many people find science challenging because it requires both logical thinking and ability to understand abstract concepts. For example, in subjects like physics, students have to deal with formulas and theories that can feel quite intimidating. Another reason is that science is often taught in a very technical way, with too much focus on memorization instead of practical understanding. Without hands-on learning, students may feel disconnected and give up. I think if science were taught with more real-life examples, it could become more engaging. Why do some children not enjoy learning science in school? Oh, I have noticed this myself during my school days. I think it's mainly because science can sometimes feel boring when taught only from textbooks. A lot of schools lack practical labs, so students miss out on exciting experiments. Also, some teachers don't show much passion, which makes students feel science is all about rote learning. I believe using animations or fun classroom activities could really make the subject more lively and engaging. What can be done to make science more appealing to young people? In my opinion, schools need to use modern tools like VR or online simulations. These make learning feel like an adventure instead of a chore. For example, watching a 3D model of the human heart beating in real life is far more exciting than just reading about it. Also, platforms like YouTube have channels such as National Geographic Kids, which explain science in fun and simple ways. When students see how science connects to daily life, they become full of beans. Do you think everyone should study some form of science? Oh, for sure. There is no doubt that basic science is essential for everyone. It teaches us how our body works, how the environment functions, and even how gadgets like smartphones operate. I'm not saying everyone has to become a scientist, but having scientific literacy helps people make smarter decisions. For example, understanding how viruses spread can help people stay safe during a pandemic. So, yes, science education should definitely be part of every student's learning journey. Should scientists explain their research projects to the general public? I have never considered this before, but I would say yes. When scientists simplify their findings for the public, it builds trust and creates awareness. During COVID-19, for example, scientists who explained how vaccines work helped reduce fear and confusion. I think organizations should encourage researchers to give talks or write articles for non scientific audiences. After all, if public money funds the research, the public deserves to understand it. How do people get to know about science news in your country? Hmm, Let me think about that for a second. I believe older people normally rely on newspapers or science based TV shows like BBC Horizon. In contrast, younger people get their updates from Instagram Reels or YouTubes. Channels like National Geographic Kids are really popular because they break down scientific ideas in a fun and colorful style. Podcasts are also trending nowadays. I personally enjoy listening to the Genius Generation while commuting. What are the benefits of working in scientific research? To be honest, I have never thought about this before. However, if I have to think harder, I would say that one major benefit is the chance to explore new ideas and contribute to innovations that could change the world. Scientists in big companies like Google often work on cutting edge technologies. Another advantage is that the work is intellectually rewarding and gives a deep sense of achievement. Of course, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but for someone curious and determined, it can be the perfect career. Okay, students, if you see, we have so many PDFs and so many sample answers. Cue card PDFs, speaking part 1, follow-ups, writing, essay, letters, graphs, PDF on how to construct sentence structures, 25 types of sentence structures actually. Writing vocab PDFs, speaking vocab PDFs, and reading PDFs. So, if you want to buy them separately, only one PDF, that's also fine. If you want to buy all PDFs, we would recommend getting our magic bundle. So, you just need to buy this once, and whatever new PDF we upload till 31st December 2025, you will get them free of cost. We recently added May to August cue card PDF. Then soon we are going to add full of PDF. Then obviously new essay writing PDFs. Obviously we already have 100 writing PDF, 100 writing essays in a PDF, sorry. But we are going to introduce recently asked writing essays with sample answer. Do you want reading PDF? We also have that. You can just see done means we already have these PDFs. So this is our Instagram page. If you go there, click on this link, you will see the link of our website, magic bundle, membership, and WhatsApp group where we upload daily tasks. That's it. Just join and be ready to get your desired score. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.